Judy, we are looking at line 3 of Rock Me Babe. Line 3. So we get to this, the B7 measure, which is, I'm calling it B7 just so you know where you are, but your first finger is going to play the 2nd fret B, and you said your pinky felt better here on this 3rd fret D, okay? And with the changes we made, you're just going to go back and forth on beat 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and like that, 1 and 2 and yeah, that's how that'll go. And because of where your hand was before, this should be P, M, P, M, like that. And then pinch again when this pinky comes off, another M, and then your first finger on your left hand is going to drag down to hit the, what is that, A sharp. Okay, so it's P, M, pinch. Alright, next measure is a little bit trickier, alright? So your right hand is still up on A on the 1st string, okay? First measure, no big deal. Sorry, first beat, no big deal. A and then G. So your right hand's going P, A. You could do that all day long. Okay, but the next part's a little trickier. This is a double pull off, okay? The only way to do it is both fingers have to be down at the same time. Ring finger's on the 3rd fret G, middle finger is on the F sharp. Okay, they're down at the same time. So when you drop them down here, you'll probably play the beat before, it'll be, and then you'll drop your middle finger. That's probably what's going to happen. I doubt you'll put them both down. Maybe. You could practice trying to get both of them down when you first play the beginning of that measure. But when you're practicing it now, just make sure when you're looking at that triplet on beat 2, you have ring finger and middle finger down at the same time. And then when you, don't worry about the pinch right now. You just play it with your right hand A, play it, and then pull off your ring finger, and then pull off your middle finger. Okay, so yeah, sorry. Okay, when that feels good, do a pinch on the open A as well. Keep it nice and slow. Alright, your right hand is with A on the top string, so when you do the next part, your M finger is going to be fine playing a hammer on, like that. And then I is going to play the open G, I think. Yeah. And that's with a pinch with the open A. Okay? And then what happens after that is you're just going to play the sorry, what am I going to say? You're going to follow what's written and play the pinch, but the I finger on your right hand plays again. So you have, so the left hand should be pretty intuitive. The only thing that's weird about that is just playing a triplet and then adding that pinch after it. I think makes more sense. So the first beat is playing 1 and the next beat you're working on the double pull off. And the next part, when you play this one, I want you to work on the triplet and then try and add the next beat to that one. Okay, triplet 4. I think that would be good for you. The next measure, I just wanted to keep it the same as the line above it. It's identical. So in order to do that, our right hand has to shift kind of unnecessarily, but it's okay. Our right hand is going to move up to move down so that it's A on the 2nd string, and just play it like you did before. Okay, that's the same as the line above it. The next measure, this is the end of line 3. If you put a B7 chord down so that your middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, your first finger is on the 1st fret of the 4th string, and your ring finger is on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Okay, so you have this B, this D sharp, and that ring finger is on A. Okay, if those notes are down, then you just play through 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, that is with your right hand still A on the 2nd string. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and I playing that note. So it's okay. That should be no big deal. Just kind of get the hang of what's happening in that measure with the B7 chord down. You should be good. Next line. Okay. The only thing that makes this a little goofy is what happens at the at the end of this measure. But the first part you can do without even thinking. It's a triplet, okay? You're going to play this triplet with M, A, M. So ring fingers on D, and you're going to play M, A, M, M, A, M. When you get the hang of that, the next thing is a little bit different, okay? You're still in this position, in first position now. So when you see a 2 on this measure, you're going to use your middle finger for all this. So you're gonna play low E, and then the second finger A. But your I finger is gonna play this just as it wants to. You're gonna pull it off, and then your I finger is gonna play the next note, which is a string down. Okay, that's what's weird. I would practice just that actually, the melody part. 2, 0, 2. I, and then add the bass note before it. To me, that's the only goofy thing about that measure is that the I finger jumps down a string at the end of that measure. Okay, so it's triplet. It's not too bad. Just the I thing. Last measure for this video. We're going to contain each triplet here. Okay, the actual pull off thing is not a big deal. If you were to just read through this, you'd have no problem. But it's what your right hand has to do. Okay, on the first triplet, you're going to pinch. Okay, if you don't want to do the pinch for the sake of getting the hang of it, that's okay. But this pull off is going to be A, M, A, M. Okay, with the pull off, with the pinch, it's. I want you to get used to that. A, M. Okay, the next triplet is different notes down a string, and you're still going to do A, M. A, M, A, M. By themselves, it's not too bad. Putting them next to each other is a little harder. So once you get the hang of that, string them together and try and make sure you're doing A, M, A, M. I'm okay with that being a little later. If you don't get to that until like the 4th or 5th time practicing this, I'm okay with that. Right now, it's more important that you're kind of isolating them. Okay, but if you did that, it would be A, M, okay, and then A, M. Okay, your right hand doesn't want to do that. You got to train it to do it. Last little bit is just the same triplet you did on the end of line 1, measure 2. That's your. Okay, your hand, because of what you did, A, M, this should be ready to go with an M pinch, I, open. That sounded terrible, but you get the idea. So these are the little tricks that if you treat a beat at a time or a triplet at a time, you know, and then try and put them together in a measure when you're ready for it, when you feel comfortable with it, I think that's going to make a big difference. Don't worry about stringing all these measures together yet. You have plenty of time. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.